I've always said that there is something that the Walten Files does that I wish FNAF would do more, and that is give way.
Sweetheart, are you awake? I'm sorry, Sophie. I killed them.
Now, I'm not saying that FNAF is poorly written. As a matter of fact, I've defended FNAF a lot of the times with its writing. But I do have an issue with this new rhetoric that I've been seeing, where people say that the Walten Files is just FNAF, but better written, and in my opinion, that's just really disingenuous about FNAF and the Walten Files. But that's a conversation for an entirely different day, because today, I just want to yap about how much I love... Wow, I just really do not know where to start. Maybe from the beginning, dumbass! The first thing we see in the new Walten Files episode 5, is the funeral service for Ed and Molly. But before I actually talk about that, I need to get one thing out of the way first.
Ashes to ashes. Dust.
You're gonna burn with the rest of us!
I love how this episode starts. I mean, how else could you start an episode like this? After how the last one ended off, I was low-key a little worried that the start of episode 5 was not going to be that good, but it is that good. I like how slow and quiet it is. I like the fact that there's not a lot necessarily going on until... Throughout the episode, we see that Rosemary is working on a film that is basically made for her to vent her frustrations about losing Ed and Molly. It's about her frustration, her guilt, her grief, right? And she does it through the guise of telling a story about a sheep, which means that she's trying to tell this story in the third person. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this, but there are times where she slips from third to first, and it kind of makes me wonder if she had an audience in mind when making it. Now, you might be wondering, Isaiah, why do you say that? It's because when she slips from third to first and she realizes that she's talking in the first person, she tries her best to go back in the third. And it makes me think that she doesn't want anyone to know it's about her. But I can't really think of anyone she'd want to show this to who wouldn't be able to tell. Which makes me think that, no, she's not trying to show anyone this. She's trying to disassociate. Or at least, that's what I think. Obviously, it's a coping mechanism. Like, that's clear. But, like, I don't know. Like, I believe the film is more the reality she wants than the reality that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, even within the film, she says there has to be a way to get them back. But, like, the things that happen in the film is very clearly what she wants to do. Or what she wants to be true. Like, she wants to kill Felix. I think that's very clear. She clearly wants to do that.
Well, it's his work as usual.
I love this scene so much. And you might be wondering why. Well, it's because I think, although he's being extremely genuine, Jack is just bullshitting. I think he's clearly trying to lie to not only himself, but to his wife. And it's not like he's lying out of malice. It's clear that he just wants them both to feel comfort again. When Rosemary asks her husband,
Does it ever go away?
his response seems to be made more out of the idea of wanting them to feel comfortable again than it actually is trying to tackle and understand what's going on, why they feel these things, and trying to not get over it but accept it. From how Jack Walten was characterized, it made us believe that he was an angry and vengeful man. But Faces of Grief kind of flips that on its head. It makes Rosemary the angry and vengeful one by the end of it, or at least near the middle. But Jack, his worst trait isn't being angry, it's his poker face. He made himself look like he already accepted everyone's death. But at the inside, well, you can only keep a poker face for so long until it cracks, and it cracked hard.
Hello? Hello?
Rose, can you hear me?
Jack? 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 Please come home. Jack, where are you?
I'm so scared that I need to hear your voice because oh God.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Rosemary.
I can't do it
I
alone.
just wanted to tell you that everything's gonna be okay and that
Wait.
I love Sophie and that
Please!
I love you.
Alright, so now that we got to this scene, I kind of want to throw my hat in the ring of what I think is going on with Jack, like, as a whole, as a character, after this point. You see, I think it's very clear something bad happened to Jack, that he went missing. And I don't think that he just went missing, I think he's dead. Now, this led to a lot of people believing that Jack is Bond. I don't believe that. My personal theory is that Jack is the white memory bear from Bunny Farm. I think that makes more sense, that Jack, instead of being Bond, is the white bear that helps Sophie remember what happened around the time, well, this episode takes place. I also personally believe that Jack is already dead by the time he makes the call. You may be wondering, well then Isaiah, how could he make the call if he's not alive? Well, it's very clear that ghosts can mess with technology in some way or another. So I do believe that Jack was roaming, called the phone realizing that his wife was still at the door, and tried to get her, like, at least to go away, like just get moving or something. I think that's why he says the words that he did, but didn't expect things to spiral to a point where he'd have to, like, later on, like many years later, remind his own daughter what happened. But hey, that's just a theory. Sorry I got sidetracked, but let's continue talking about this beautiful episode.
When fire broke out in a men's clothing store next door, the leader of a run group playing...
I want to talk about Bond real quick. Well, the relationship between Bond and Jack. Now, this is mainly why I don't think Jack is Bond, and it's because Jack seemingly was like the last shield between Bond and Rosemary. It's very clear that Bond has a fixation with her. He even says that he loves her, right? And he pretty much makes her believe that he loves her, or whatever Bond is, right? And the reason why I'm talking about this now is because after Jack left, the interactions with ghosts, or specifically the ghost that Bond seems to have like some type of control over, increases. Yeah, at first it's like very subtle. Like there's the Charles jump scare, but after Jack left, it's like all walls broke down. Bond's just fucking with Rose at this point. Like, you can kind of see him in the background more often when Jack left than he would be if Jack stayed, like if he's there, right? It's clear that he's watching them, but for some reason when Jack left, or if he's possibly dead, it's like, well, now he can't protect her anymore, right? And it's not just Rose, it's also Sophie. We know Bond probably talked to Sophie as well, but I just wanted to point it out that throughout the episode after Jack left and after Rose kind of loses her shit, it's non-stop. Like, you can see him in most of the scenes. Well, not most of the scenes, but it's like the amount of times he pops up increases. But going back to what we're supposed to be talking about, the goddamn episode, I was extremely creeped out with the scene between Rosemary and Sophie. Well, specifically when Rosemary went into Sophie's room when she was asleep and started talking about your mom's a killer. I'd like it to be pointed out, she doesn't even get confirmation that Sophie's awake. She just assumes. And, like, I already have a bit of an anxiety of someone going into my room when I'm asleep, but this just creeped me the frick out. Alright, like, it's so good, especially because of how her makeup's done. She looks a bit like Momo. If anyone remembers that whole 2016 thing of the one girl who's like a bird or whatever, I don't remember, but she looks a bit like Momo with the way her smile is, and it's just ill. Like, not like ill, but like, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm getting tingly. I hate it. Stop it. But then it leads to an even better scene with her talking to her sister. Well, talking, it's more listening to her sister on the phone. And then we know, because of a secret video, like, their relationship isn't necessarily the best. But, like, the second her sister starts talking about you don't deserve to be in this state, she just hangs up. Like, extremely frustrated, hangs up. And then an even better scene, like, back to back. That's why I love this episode, because every single scene is good. But back to back, even a better scene, right, where she's talking to one of the employees, and she's like begging this dude just to say that she's a bad mother. And he, goat of the year, goat of the Walten Files, okay? Chris is the MVP. I just hope he doesn't die. I want to see more of him. Please don't kill him off. I mean it. I'd also like to add that this guy is clearly of non-white descent, and it's the 70s. Let's put it out there. Felix might have said the N-word. Alright, all I'm saying is, statistically speaking, he probably did. I'm just putting it out there. I find this scene with Jack to be a little odd to me, because I don't think this is Rosemary's nightmare. Alright, I think this is something spiritual. It's just, I've seen some people suggest that this is Jack, and I've seen some people suggest that this might be Bond manipulating Rosemary. And I'm more of the camp of Bond manipulation, mainly because the bunny scene at the end of it is also used to lure Rosemary towards Bond. And I'm also of the camp that just does not believe that Jack is Bond. I think that he is a separate entity. If not the memory bearer, then probably something else. But I think it's interesting. There's like audio in the background, and I haven't been able to decipher what it is. So if anyone actually has, please like type it in the comments. Comments. I'll gladly love to just hear like what that's about.
Please. I've been talking to an angel. He says he can help us. Help you.
Stop it, Sophie.
Alright, I'm a real. This line makes me genuinely think that if Rose took too long in going to Bond's Burgers, or just took too long, or even eventually did accept the death of Ed and Molly and Jack's disappearance, that he would have just killed Sophie. just to push her over the edge. Like, I think Bond talking to Sophie was more of an insurance plan than anything. Like, it was really just, oh my god, can you just get over here already? Gosh darn. Like, I think either, or he could have just been doing it because he genuinely wants Sophie too. We know that later on he tries to kill Sophie. But I think it's more of an insurance plan at this point in the timeline. Just like, oh, if you take any longer, I'm killing your other kid. Like, hurry up. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry that I'm laughing about it. I just find it a little funny that Bond's getting so impatient that he's just willing to just kill off Sophie just to get it over with. Like, just to get her over the edge again. Also, I just love this scene so much. Oh my goodness. I've seen some people say that they don't understand why Sophie just wouldn't turn it off. But I think it's clear that, okay, first off, she suggests to turn it off, but then Rose says keep it on, right? So that's just a blatant contradiction of what Rose wants. But she's clearly trying to do this as a talking point of, like, trying to acknowledge that they can't keep living like this. This is her way of trying to confront her mother. So I actually like the idea of her not turning it off because she wants to talk to her, right? I think this is the first time that they actually genuinely have a real conversation, like an actual back and forth in a while. So not only do I think it's just a way for her to confront, this is probably the first time she's talked to her mom, like, genuinely, ever since Ed and Molly died. So I think she's just straight up just misses her mom so much that even if it's an argument, she'd rather it be like this than anything. And obviously everything doesn't go right, you know, because then after this we get probably like all this, I think, genuinely the saddest scene in my opinion of the entire episode. But like, it's just, I like it, I love it a lot. And also, what the fuck was that? Stutter alert. Also, you see Bond in the background a few times. Fucking love that too. Apparently you can see Rocket somewhere, but I couldn't see it. But if it is there, then that just implies that it's even sadder, because Ed and Molly are watching their sister and their mother just fucking yell at each other, and that's just sad, dude.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be here.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. You're a good mother. You deserve a good life.
Oh my god. Thank God. Oh, Jesus, you okay? Whoa. Don't move just yet. Wait. Mrs. Walten, hey. It's okay. It's just me. The kid called us. And we've been looking for you for almost 2 hours.
Okay. Fair warning. You're gonna hear a grown man express emotions about his childhood. If you can't handle that, you gotta run, okay? Look, I just gotta say a few things here. Number one, that whole scene kind of struck a chord with me. Because there have been times where my mom, okay, just get laid out there, she was an alcoholic. She'd be drunk and be saying stuff like how she's a bad mother and stuff like that. And there was times where I'd said those exact words to her, how I believe that she was a good mother and she does deserve a good life, right? Made me cry a little bit, okay, in the inside and the outside. But I also want to add to the fact that Rosemary, this entire time, after Jack left, right, even before Jack left a little bit, where she said she was the wolf, I think she's been wanting people to say that she's a bad mom because in her head she needs a justification to die, right? Like, she needs one so badly that even after the only two people who could ever have an opinion on her motherhood in her eyes, her own kids that died, say, "You're not a bad mom, you deserve to live," she instantly looks for another reason, and that is, Sophie loved me, and for what I did to her, I should die. I would like to add that as someone who had a bit of an not even a bit, it was really abusive childhood, what she did wasn't actually that bad. She screamed and Sophie backed away, right? Now, to be fair, you could add neglect, maybe because of like the weeks prior of her not being in the right headspace to take care of a child. But when it comes to something more physical, nothing physically bad happened. Now, mentally, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, mentally, ooh, right. But I feel like that's not really on her. That's just because she's mentally not equipped to take care of a child at the moment, right? I don't think that's really on her. But of course, she's gonna put it on herself. She needs a reason so badly that she just instantly can think of another one, right? I find that interesting.
If you need anything, just...
Collins, can I just borrow you for just a sec?
Can it wait?
It's literally just 2 minutes.
That horror dude, is that you sly fucking fox?
Has reality failed you once again, my dear?
Okay, so I've seen that apparently episode 6 is supposed to be about Charles, basically the guy who's standing next to Susan and how he's supposed to die. Now, I've seen some people say that this gives reason enough that episode 5 and 6 should have been switched, but I actually like the fact that we don't know how Charles dies yet. To be fair, the Walten Files has always been telling its story a little out of order anyway, so I feel like we should just be used to this. I actually like that episode 5 is episode 5 and episode 6 can be episode 6. I am actually genuinely confused and excited to see how Charles dies. I see you, you fucking bastard. Alright, that's the last joke. But anyway, I just want to say the last 20 minutes of this episode, right, are top tier. Even if the rest of the episode was bad, right, which it wasn't, okay? The last hour and 20 minutes before this point was amazing. But even if it wasn't, even if it was garbage, this last 20 minutes were just I can't contain myself. The voice acting, the animation, holy shit. Okay, when I was watching this at 3 a.m. with the lights off, ooh boy, oh boy, oh, who said that they were allowed to cook this hard? Okay, who said that this was allowed? This should be illegal. It should be illegal to view this on YouTube. Motherfucker, this should have been in a theater. This should have been in a theater, and I'll stand by that shit. I'll stand by that shit till the day I die. That motherfucker, this shit should have been in a movie theater. Oh, God.
You? Oh, you? What would I do without you?
So, I saw on Twitter that apparently Bond is in love with Rose, right? He genuinely is in love with Rose, which is why I just can't believe that Jack is Bond. I think it's unironically more believable that a random ass nigga possessed Bond and just fell in love with Rose and tried its best to like replace Jack in her head than it is this actually being Jack. Okay, I don't think this is Jack at all, which might sound a little weird, right? Like it might sound a little weird, like, oh, but doesn't Jack love Rose? I do think he does love his wife, absolutely, but it's also been stated multiple times within the series that Bond and the Shadow Man work together. I don't think there is any way Jack would work with fucking Felix, and Felix is clearly the Shadow Man. So I do think this is probably some random ass dude.
What are you talking about?
Here, why don't we ask the kids? Molly, and your mother's worried about you.
Something about this scene made me realize something that I really want to see that we're probably not going to get to see until maybe Walten Files 7. And that is, we see in Walten Files 4 Ed and Molly's reaction to Bond killing Susan. And it always made me wonder their relationship towards Bond. Like, how do they genuinely feel? Especially around this point with what he's about to do to their mother. I personally saw them calling out to her as a warning to stay away from him. We know that they don't want her to die, but I genuinely want to know how their reaction to what's going to happen soon. And also the reaction to Charles. I hope we get to see that too. But I mainly want to see the reaction to their mother's death. Like, are they going to be extremely angry or extremely happy that they get to see her again? But then again, I wouldn't even imagine them being happy to see her, because on a technical level, they saw her throughout this entire episode. You can see them in the background all the time, either as their ghost forms or as Rocket. But I don't know, it just makes me wonder. It makes me curious.
It's alright. I've got you. I'm here.
Promise me it's going to be alright. Promise me you're going to fix me.
I promise. Now, I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to tell you a story. A better story.
I really don't know what it is, but I find the idea that Bond turns Rocket around before, well, killing Ed and Molly's mother is weirdly nice of him. And it makes me think of a few things. There are a few trains of thoughts, but here, let's talk about two. If Bond is Jack, and I don't believe it, but if Bond is Jack, then you could see this as Bond genuinely, or at least Jack, trying to recomplete his family, right? Because it's so caring. And I wonder why he would even do it if he's just gonna kill Rosemary anyway, right? Why do it? But then I think about it, I'm like, what if he is just doing it for Ed and Molly, like for their comfort? And I think that's like a good sense of characterization, because again, one of two things. This is Jack, and he's trying to recomplete his family in the only way he knows how, or this is some entity or dead person that's trying to replace Jack. And either way, I love it. I frickin' love it. I love Bond this entire episode, even though he only shows up for the last 20 minutes. Well, the animatronic Bond. It's just so much characterization in 20 minutes. It's just fucking insane. But enough about Bond. Let's talk about Rosemary. Holy bananas. What the fuck? Holy bananas. Is that the best I could? Whatever. Holy fuck. I love her this episode. I don't know if I've been saying that enough. I fucking love her this entire episode. First off, shout out to her voice actor. Okay? Beautiful. Oh, mwah, I loved it. But let's talk about her character, okay? Firstly, when she dies, she doesn't do it willingly. I know there are some people who probably can't pick it up on it, but she doesn't think this is real, Before Bond rips her arms off and decapitates her, she doesn't even think it's real. She doesn't think she's actually talking to Bond. She doesn't think she's actually heard Ed and Molly. She thinks she's just going insane. She probably thinks she's still in the cell and is either dreaming this up or hallucinating, right? She doesn't know this is real. So when Bond fixes her, I bet she thought she was about to wake up or some shit. But then, bam, she died. And you know what? That's awesome. Okay? This is so tragic. I think it's a tragedy what happens, and I love tragedies, okay? I love it when things don't go right. As much as I want things to go right, I think you did good. Like, I think you're a good writer if you make me want things to be different. I don't want her to die here. I knew it was gonna happen, but I don't want it, bro. Oh my god. I loved her this episode, and it's awesome. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video when I said FNAF doesn't give weight to characters. I don't know jack shit about the 5 missing kids. And again, this is not me saying that FNAF is poorly written. There are aspects of FNAF's writing I will defend till the day I die. But when it comes to the missing kids and the families of the missing kids, FNAF doesn't do a good job about that. It doesn't make me think that these are characters that I should care about, or that should matter, or that even existed. Because knowing the 5 missing kids' names doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. Because they're still a number until you give them characterization, until you give them an actual arc. Or just even focusing on their parents would be good enough. There's a reason why one of my favorite stories for Frights was a story that was specifically centered around Susie's family. Alright, and if you don't know who Susie is, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's Chica, by the way. Chica's spirit. But we don't know shit about them. We know their names: Gabriel, Fritz, Jeremy, Susie, Cassidy. We don't all know that, but we don't get a lot of characterization with them, which sucks. But then we have characters like Rosemary, Sophie, Jack, Felix, Ed, and Molly. Fuck, this whole episode. Like, at first, Rosemary was a number, okay? She was just one of the people that died. But now she's much more. She's a grieving mother who can't accept the fact that her kids died. She's a grieving mother who can't accept that her husband disappeared and is probably dead. She's a grieving mother that can't accept reality because reality failed her. I love it. I love this episode. I love Rosemary. Holy shit. And you know what? I hope we get more of Shaw the Sheep. Okay, I genuinely do. I hope in Walten Files 7 or 8 we get more with Shaw the Sheep and shit. I think that would be awesome because I know 6 is going to be peak too because it's going to be about Charles. But I was yapping for a while. I'm going to end this video off with a statement. Not really a statement, but just, this was awesome. Okay? Again, I'm not trying to say that FNAF has bad writing or whatever, but it's the fact that I kind of wish this type of thing happened in FNAF. You know, I wish that there was a victim of Afton that was just one of the kids' parents because they couldn't handle losing their kid. I just wish that happened. I love, I'm not asking for a carbon copy, but I just kind of wish there was more to it, you know? Now, FNAF has a lot of things that they do awesome. Okay, I love the Mimic storyline, unironically. As someone who went through abuse, I fucking love the Mimic storyline. But I wish the victims in FNAF were like, we got to see more about them. And that's why I like the Walten Files, you know? I always hated the Walten Files just FNAF but good, because at this point, the Walten Files did not, it was inspired by FNAF, clearly, but these two, they're going two different directions to the point where the Walten Files isn't FNAF. FNAF is more sci-fi, at least after FNAF 3, maybe 4, it started going for a sci-fi route, but the Walten Files never, it's still spiritual, right? FNAF is more sci-fi and spiritual, while the Walten Files is just purely spiritual. Nothing unrealistic on a technical level is happening here, actually, you know? But hey, I am so sorry that I made about 35-minute yap video. Holy shit. Can you tell I had a lot to say? I'm sorry I yapped so long. I hope you guys enjoyed Faces of Grief as much as I did. This video took me 5 days to fucking make, and that's just me recording my voice for everything. I do not know how much post voice recording Isaiah is gonna have to do. God, I'm not envious of that guy. Fucking loser. Anyway, bye-bye, and let me know what your opinion of Faces of Grief was. If I had to give a rating, it'd be a 4 out of 5. I never give 5 out of 5s because perfection does not exist. But, 4 out of 5. It was fucking amazing. I love it. I need more of it. I yearn for it. I fucking yearn for that shit, nigga. Yeah, I fucking love the shit.
You make my heart burn. You make my heart.
Also, fuck Felix. All my homies hate Felix.